I don't know about you, but the grocery budget is one of the hardest ways to stay under budget, under control without going crazy, going over budget, and it is one of the highest line items in our budget. Today we're going to go over different ways, different tips, different tricks on how to cut your grocery budget. Easy ways, multiple different tips. You can grab one here, grab one there, and hopefully reduce your grocery budget. Hey friends, and welcome to Freedom in a Budget. I'm Kelly. My channel is all about living life well on a budget. And a budget doesn't have to be constricting, let you not do anything. No, it gives you freedom to do the things that you really want to do with your money. So today we're going to talk grocery budgets. I have been working really hard over the years on different tips, different ways to reduce your grocery budget. Ours used to be out of control. It was crazy. And then for a while I was only eating like pasta and butter because I was so in debt and paycheck to paycheck and everything. And now we are able to live a really great full life, eat lots of great whole foods and fruits and vegetables and different meats and everything. And so we can do it all under $200 a month for two of us, which is awesome. So I'm going to go over lots of tips. Like I said in the beginning, don't take all of these. Like, that's going to be way extreme. Pick one, pick two, pick a couple that you can do and apply right now. And then maybe in a couple months, pick a couple more and apply them. Don't try and go hog wild and go from $1,000 a month on your groceries down to $200. No, that's not going to work. So just pick a couple here and there. All right, so the first one is don't compare your journey to other people. This is something that I really struggled with a lot in the beginning, and honestly, it's something that I feel like is a struggle right now in the debt-free community. I see so many people putting their stuff out there and kind of shaming other people for spending more on their budget. And I don't want my videos to come across in that way at all. That is not my intention. I am not trying to brag about my grocery budget or anything like that, but I want to share with you different ways that you can reduce yours. So things like rotisserie chicken or prepared cut fruits and vegetables. I used to be very against those. Like, no, I can cut my own onions, and I may be miserable and hate cutting onions. Oh, that is like the worst task in the world, is cutting onions. I hate it. But I used to be so against that and being like, no, I can save so much money by getting the whole bags and doing it myself. Why would I waste my money and pay 3 times more in paying the pre-cut fruits and vegetables or the rotisserie chicken when I can cook a whole chicken by myself or just cook chicken breast or whatever it is? No, that is a waste of money. But if buying that rotisserie chicken, it keeps you from going through the drive-thru because you're tired and don't want to cook dinner, and you can just throw rotisserie together on top of a salad or something like that, and that's going to save you money, I think that's a better option. So I would rather pay a couple dollars more for the rotisserie chicken, the convenience, rather than having to cook chicken in the oven and all this stuff and prepare it versus going out in the drive-thru. So keep in mind things like that where, yes, you may be paying a little bit more for convenience, but in the long run, it's going to save you from going out to eat or just having a frozen pizza or whatever it may be. Or even frozen pizza. Okay, that's another great one. Frozen pizza, yeah, that could be expensive, but it's better than takeout. So different things like that. Just find those little ways to cut your budget. Next one is money saving apps. This one is a huge one, but you have to be careful with them. I have found that there's apps that I have used in the past where you have to use certain items in the app, and then I find myself buying those items when it wasn't on my grocery list. It wasn't something that I would have bought anyways, and you had to buy like 2 or 3 to get the $1 off. I'm like, that is a total waste of money, especially when you can buy generic cheaper than you would have of doing it with the app. So be very careful about that. My favorite one is Fetch Rewards. They are amazing. And what you do is you scan your grocery receipt. Do you like how I just had that ready? You scan your grocery receipt, and then it automatically has all the different rebate items that are in there. You don't have to pre-clip your coupons, which is amazing, and everything's in there. So you just scan them, and it's so easy. And Skylar is playing in the closet, so if you hear cat crying, that's what it is. So you just scan your grocery receipt and it automatically picks up. And then if you don't have something on the list, you still get points for it as well. And then you also get a referral code so that when people use your referral code and sign up, you get points as well. So for just signing up, you get 2,000 points, which is equal to $2. Then you can redeem them for gift cards. I have gotten hundreds of dollars worth of gift cards through Fetch Rewards, which is amazing. So Not sponsored by them. I'm working on a sponsorship. Not yet. So I'll have that for you guys on the screen and then down below. So Fetch Rewards is great. Another one is ones like, we're just going to casually drop these. Next one is Ebates. Ebates is amazing. It's a plugin that you can do. And then every time you go to like Amazon, Bed Bath & Beyond, or different places like that, it little pops up, would you like to activate 3.5% cash back? And you say, yes, please. And then they also have ones that you can link to your card. And then if you're in the store, like Best Buy, it'll automatically do that for you as well. So Ebates is amazing. You get cash back, you get discounts, you get coupon codes. They're awesome. You get $10 for signing up. So I'll have all this down below in the description box for you. But find different ways that you can save money on things that you're already buying. But be very careful that you're not going to go and buy more things that you wanted just to get the discount. That is a thing that I personally have fallen into. I've caught myself buying things, but be like, oh, but this one I can do this and get that, and then I end up spending more just to get a little bit of cash back. So be careful about that. Next is rolling over groceries. This is a big one, and it is so helpful in food waste and eliminating that. You don't want food waste. I hate when I have to throw out food. It's just such a pet peeve, and it's just the worst feeling because I worked hard to pay for that food. So make sure that you are rolling over groceries. So I personally do my meal plan once a week. Some people do the whole month of meal plans. That's great. But for me, I do it once a week. So the reason is, for the beginning of the week, I make my meal plan, I do everything. Then on Friday, I go through and see what I have left over, see what I have in there, and then see what I can do to roll it over to the next week's groceries. So for instance, real life example, this past week I made buffalo chicken casserole with rice cauliflower. It was amazing. And I had some left over. So I didn't want to just eat it plain like it had been. And I was like, this would make a really good quesadilla. So I took it. I already had Olay wraps in my fridge. So I put it into the Olay wrap and I fried it up, or not fried it up, I cooked it up on the skillet with, I had some sour cream with it, and it made an amazing quesadilla. So I already had the tortillas on hand. I didn't have to buy those, and then I had leftover, so that way it's not going to waste, because let's be honest, after 5 days eating in a row, you don't want to eat it on day 6 and 7. So what can you do to repurpose it? Or say you have tortillas, you have enchiladas on, 1 week, and then what can you do with the next week? Okay, let's make some wraps. That would be really delicious. We can have some really yummy, delicious, crisp, fresh wraps. Or, say we have, I don't know, steak left over. What can you do with the steak? What can you do with these items to roll them into next week's grocery list? And then it's less items that you have to pay for next week, which is a win-win. Next up is check your grocery receipt before you leave the store, or at least before you leave the parking lot. There have been so many times where I get home, scan my grocery receipt and fetch, and then realize that they overcharged me, they double charged me for an item. And do I want to go back? No, I don't want to go back. And then it's like the whole awkward, do I just bring the receipt? Do I have to bring the whole groceries? Like, I want to bring all those groceries back to the store so that they can count, okay, you had these items. You just end up saying, forget it. It is what it is. And you take the, couple dollar loss, and hopefully it's not a large item like 2 steaks or 2, really expensive items. I think the last one I had was Worcestershire sauce at Publix, and I walked there and then it was sweating hot and I did not want to walk back, and I was like, it is what it is. It sucks. And it was a big bottle too, which really stinks. This next one is one that I've actually struggled with a lot and was really hard for me to wrap my head around, but shopping in bulk is not always cheaper. Yeah, I grew up going to Costco as a family, and we always just bought in bulk because that was the cheaper option, right? Well, no, not always. Make sure you're checking cost per ounce. So that is why I have a little sheet that I just made this in Excel, and this shows me how much everything is cost per ounce. Aldi's amazing. They break it down with the little price per ounce or price per unit right on the list, on the grocery tag, which is amazing, but not always. Or sometimes you want to know ounces or pounds or whatever. So I've gone through here, and I shop at Aldi and Costco. Those are my 2 main places that I do groceries. Sometimes Walmart if I need like a specific item that Aldi does or Costco doesn't have. But typically, I think there's only one time on here where Costco is cheaper. Yeah, the only time that Costco is cheaper on this list is for mozzarella cheese. And these are a lot of like the basic items that I buy. So at Aldi, it is a 16-ounce bag for $3.29, which is 20 cents per ounce. Or at Costco, it's an 80-pound bag. It's different bags. 80-pound total for $12.99, which is only 16 cents per ounce. So that one is cheaper. But let's see, so half and half. That's the next one. Both of them are 32 ounces. Aldi is $1.95, which is 6 cents per ounce. Costco is 32 ounces for $2.99, which is 9 cents per ounce. I keep this list with me, and then as I find more items that I would buy at either or, then I will take a picture of my phone and I can add it to this list. At the bottom here, there's some that I have just one of them, but I don't have the other one. So for olive oil, I have olive oil's price for Aldi, but not Costco. And then for bacon, I have Costco's price, but not Aldi, and I just need to go and update those. But I have this with me at all times. I could do it on my phone, but in a Google Docs or something, but I don't know. I just have it printed out, and I just keep it in my purse. As you can see, it's a little worn and torn, but this is a game changer. And then when I'm there, I'm like, oh, that's not gonna be cheaper. Oh, is it? Or I'm like, let me check my handy list. And if it's something that I'm iffy about, and I think I may be iffy in the future, I'll write it down for it so that I know. But guys, shopping in bulk is not always cheaper. That is a huge marketing thing that places like Costco, Sam's, BJ's, they do to trick people, because so many people just have that mindset of buying in bulk is always cheaper. Nope, not always, especially when you shop at places like Aldi. Not always cheaper. Next tip is redefine dinner. I grew up in a household where everything had to be very, just traditional dinner. So we always had a meat, we always had a starch, and we always had a vegetable every single night for dinner. And that was something that I just grew up with. So when I became an adult, that's something that I traditionally always did as well. Always meat, starch, vegetable. And then I started thinking about it. I was like, let's switch this up a little bit. I can have breakfast for dinner, which breakfast foods are so much cheaper than traditional steak or chicken or potatoes or all that. So I can redefine that and have breakfast for dinner once or twice a week and save so much money. Or things like Meatless Monday. Typically the most expensive thing on your plate is going to be the meat. So Meatless Monday is a great way to mix it up as well. Find different ways that you can incorporate alternative dinner items to save money. Next, I have to say this, but have a budget. Have a budget when you are going to the grocery store, whether you're shopping at multiple stores or just one store for the week or for the month. That is going to save you so much money in the long run, because say you're going over a little bit each time, that's going to add up quick. And make sure that you are logging your receipts and your budget every couple of days. That is one of the biggest complaints. I don't know why I'm going on a budget tangent, but we're going there. So having a budget, so many people, they just hate logging receipts, hate everything. You guys know I love Excel. I have my Excel budget down below for you guys in the description, but I'm in there every couple days. If I'm logging my receipts every 2 or 3 days, it only takes 5 minutes. It is so fast. If I wait to the end of the month, it's going to take an hour or longer. It's going to suck, and I'm going to hate it, and I'm going to start to dread it. But if I'm in there every couple days, it's super easy. And then also doing that, it keeps me in check. It keeps me in line. So if I'm, halfway through the month and I'm at $175 of my $200 budget, I only have $25 for the last 2 weeks of the month. Holy crap. We're eating from the pantry. We're eating rice and beans. But if I'm in there every couple of days, I can gauge it. I can know when we're going over budget. And that doesn't even have to apply to just grocery budget, but any budget category that you have. So having a budget is so important. And if you want to be really diligent, really hardcore, if you go over your allotted amount, say you have $100 for this week for your family and you're at 105, you're picking something to send back. And you're like, I'm sorry, no. Put that back. Whether you're doing cash envelopes or a card, that can still apply. A lot of people do that with cash envelopes, but you can still do it with a card, and it's going to make a big difference in your grocery budget. We got some more tips coming, but if you like these videos, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. It helps me know what videos you guys like, and if you're finding value in it, I hope that you subscribe and join the Freedom in a Budget family. So, coming out right along with the tips. Next is only go once a week, or if you can even get up to once a month, that would be amazing. But every single time you go to the store, you're typically going to be buying impulse buys. I know I do, and I leave a little room in my budget when I'm doing my list, but those impulse buys, they add up. If you're going to the grocery store for every day, I know people that do that. I have people in my family that do that. They go to Publix every single time that they want to eat dinner. And yes, that may be something that fits their lifestyle and, is the way that they always do things. But those impulse buys, they're going to add up quick. So if you can get on a habit of only going once a week or even once a month or every 2 weeks, that's going to save you even more money. So many people love places like Walmart grocery pickup where you can see those and they can really help prevent impulse buys. That is an amazing way to do it. I personally don't spend enough at Walmart to do Walmart grocery pickup, and Aldi is so much cheaper, so I don't use it. But I know some people that swear by the grocery pickup at Walmart, so definitely check into it if they have one in your area. Next up is learn your sales cycles. This one is huge, and it takes a little bit to get used to it, but you're going to start to learn if you're really studying them and in the stores every single week of how things go on sale. I know that I can stock up on an item for 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, and then by the time that the item runs out, it's going to be on sale again, so that you're not having to buy things that aren't on sale because you're in a pinch. So leave a little bit room in your budget for those stock up items. I know some people that have a separate budget category that's ongoing or a sinking fund for stock up items so that they can buy them when they're on sale, and if they have room in their pantry or freezer or whatever it is, they can get the best price, which is awesome. But also knowing like when your sales are going to be turning over. So for us on Aldi, it's Wednesday. So I know that I can go in on Tuesday and get some really good deals on meat because they're marking them down for the new sale starting the next day, and they want to get rid of some of that. So it's a great way. We just got a Sprouts in our area, which I'm not the biggest Sprouts fan. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous, but it's a little pricey for me. But did you know that for Sprouts on Wednesday, it's double ad day? So their weekly ad goes on Wednesday to Wednesday as well. So on Wednesdays, you can get the previous week's ad and next week's ad all on Wednesday, which is really cool. So learn your sales, learn how your stores work. That's a really, really great way. And so many stores now have the apps. You can go online. So it's not like you have to get the circular in the mail anymore. You can go right online and find the sales. Next up is, why is Aldi so cheap? I'm going to give you all the dirt, all the juice on why Aldi is so cheap. I'll see you in the next video.